What's up, everyone? Matt Brown here for Esports Go. Justin Gilman right there. Justin, we got some Overwatch League covers, don't we?
Yes, we do. We begin with a look back at the big matches in the Overwatch League on Friday. And in our first matchup, we saw a Gladiators team coming off a surprising loss going against the Dallas Fuel, looking to prove that their first win in Stage 3 was not a fluke. Two teams looking to prove themselves. Let's see who came out on top. The Gladiators have one win going into map 2. A win here would secure a good lead going into halftime. They are first on attack in Blizzard's world. Asher starts it off with a bang, firing into the Fuel's front, back, and the sideline to help secure the point in the name of LA. The Gladiators make the push into the second checkpoint, and it looks easy. This is mostly thanks to Fisher's aggressive playstyle. He creates a path for the rest of the team to follow, making for an easy cart push. Only a few meters remain for the full 3 points. Silk Thread whips out the Dragon Blade, but oh no! He's killed before he can do anything with it. Bishu tries to salvage the situation with a self-destruct, but it is too late. The Fuel are able to hold the Gladiators. If the Fuel can push it past the Gladiator spot, they win. Effect goes to work in the Gladiators' backline. He gets the kill, but is instantly punished for his flanking move. AKM says, no prob though, bro, and lands the Deadeye to kill off more Gladiators members. Missing so many, the Fuel gain the point. Effect pulls off some slick moves again, first getting Silk Thread. He turns his attention to Gladiator's back line, taking out key members to help push the payload. The seconds are ticking down on the Fuel's push. AKM goes for the hero Sombra EMP, but he's instantly shut down after casting it. The Gladiators survive the Fuel's onslaught to take the map 2 win. The two teams will split the next 2 games, giving the Gladiators the victory today. Final score, Gladiators 3, Fuel 1. So the Gladiators get one back here against the Fuel to even their record after the first week. Asher was the player this time to step up for the Gladiators, and he did it in a big way with 34 final blows against Fuel supports. If the Gladiators want to repeat the success they had in Stage 2, they need those secondary players to step up, and it's a good sign with Asher standing out in this game specifically.
Yeah, that's a good point. With all the hype around the tanks and the supports for the Gladiators, the DPS play seems to be forgotten. I think LA will need to keep up this offense to keep up with the top teams in the league.
Agreed.
All right, next we got the Seoul Dynasty and San Francisco Shock. Justin, we said this yesterday. Seoul needed this win.
Yes.
Did they get it?
Let's see. The Dynasty are up 2 maps after halftime. A win here gives the Dynasty a win today. They are already on the right track due to winning round 1. If the Shock hope to stay alive in the match, they need to win the next 2 rounds. They get off on the right foot. They hold the point for a long while thanks to their aggressive diving defense. They hold the point all the way to 94% before the Dynasty take it for themselves. The Shock dive on the point and the Dynasty make a questionable play. Instead of contesting it, they let them take it and try to dive back on them while they are on the point. It completely backfires. They try to take out the Shock, but a well-placed self-destruct takes out the Dynasty front line. The Shock are able to hold the point and take a round 2 win. In the final round, Sinatra goes for the whole hog to get the Dynasty off the point. A Zenyatta ultimate from Ryu Jihan keeps them all safe, and the Dynasty are able to capture the point instead. The Shock do not make any leeway on the point until the Dynasty are hitting over 90%. A few members are taken out by the Shock, so they decide to retreat and regroup, conceding control to the San Francisco team. On the Dynasty's next attack, they get the point back. Fleta makes it look easy, getting great shots on the attacking Shock members. Like shooting fish in a barrel, it seems like. The Dynasty hold the point and take the victory today. They will go on to win map 4 to secure the 4-0 sweep.
All right, Seoul coming out on top in this one, and credit the San Francisco Shock. They kept it close the whole way, but Seoul looking good again. Does that mean that they'll be able to hold it on to the rest of the stage?
I think so. It finally looks like the Seoul Dynasty that we thought we were going to see in this stage is back, so we don't have to worry about them faltering until the end of the stage now.
Yeah.
It was a complete 180 from their match earlier this week, and it's good to see that they didn't let their previous performance carry over into this one. As for the Shock, still a good week, had a good performance today, and into something they can build off of going into the rest of Stage 3.
Sure, yeah.
And now the Los Angeles Valiant are hot off a big win against the Seoul Dynasty. Can they make it 2 in a row on Friday against the Shanghai Dragons? Valiant Dragons, let's get to the highlights.
This highlight starts where the Valiant and Dragons Knight did as well on Anubis. The Valiant are on attack first. A sneaky Achilles Riptire leads the way, taking out the elusive Tracer. The rest of the Dragons players are taken out, clearing the way for an easy point A capture. Well, this looks familiar, and Agility's Riptire finds his way into the backline of the Dragons. He takes out the Zenyatta, hindering the Dragons and allowing the Valiant to get a full capture on point B. The Dragons need to get something going here if they hope for a map 1. Otto is chasing after the Mercy and gets the kill. But oh wait, Agilities turns on him and takes him out. A minute later, the Dragons are back on the point again and are nearly to the end on point A. Hold your horses though, and Agility's Rift Tire comes from downtown to rain on their parade. The stall gives the Valiant enough time to respond and defend the point. This Rift Tire hunts for more Dragons in the last few seconds, but he does not find any in time before the match is over. The Valiant take an easy map 1 win. They will go on to win the next 3 maps, securing that 4-0 clean sweep over the Dragons.
No surprise here with the Valiant taking care of the Dragons. They outmatched Shanghai in every aspect of the game. And through the first week of Stage 3, we have a Valiant team that looks like they can do some damage. Yeah. How far and how well can this LA Valiant team actually do in this Stage 3?
Well, I think they could definitely be in contention if they keep this up. An example they can learn from, though, is their crosstown rivals in the Gladiators. The Gladiators got Fisher to start Stage 2, and he made all the difference in that tank role. However, teams started to figure them out at the end of the stage, and it ultimately prevented them from making the Stage 2 playoffs. Now, the Valiant have found a star in a tank player themselves in space. Can they adapt when the other teams adapt to them? That's the challenge that they'll have to face, and we'll see if that happens. Let's move on to everyone's favorite segment, the Heroes and Zeros. Jumping right into it, I'm gonna have to give it to Asher of the LA Gladiators.
You know what, Asher played great, but you know me and my Diva players, he probably got set up by a lot of those Diva players and those Diva plays. Now, going off of that graceful transition, I'm going to give it up for Zumba of the Seoul Dynasty. This man was solid in the matchup against the Shock. He was the solid rock the Dynasty needed to take a nice 4-0 sweep.
Yeah, and now for my favorite part of the show, the Zero, we're going to have to give it to the horror that is Agility's Junkrat that the Dragons had to face tonight. As you saw in the highlight, that Riptire ultimate set up the Valiant more than once throughout the entire match. The Dragons players will be hearing fire in the hole haunting their dreams for at least a few days.
I know I will.
Watch out. All right, don't let anything haunt your dreams in this quick break. We'll be right back. Stay here. It's Esports Go. Welcome back. Let's take a look at today's Overwatch League matches. Leading it off, the Florida Mayhem and the Philadelphia Fusion. Gosh, another tough test for both teams here, Justin.
Yeah, both teams coming off losses, so both teams eager to get back out there. The Mayhem had a tough matchup with the XL. Interesting to see how they go up against the Fusion, who are once again having to tinker with their lineup without EQ.
Yes.
Let's see if the Mayhem take the dive approach to try to attack from multiple angles. Still don't think it will be enough, though, and I think the Fusion actually do win this one. Now, in our second matchup of Saturday, we have 2 teams coming off gigantic wins this time. The Houston Outlaws continue to have London's number, and we now see some of their pizzazz they showed in Stage 1 with Jake and Raucus. Now they go up against Boston, who also looking to get their swagger back. How do the Outlaws look to stop Dream Casper and the Boston Uprising team?
Well, Justin, Cool Matt and his Diva play could help counter that. He was big in their victory over the Spitfire. They seem to be on a roll, but let's see if they can execute, because it's always hard to predict how the Uprising will approach a given match.
100%.
All right, ending the day will be a marquee matchup. The New York Excelsior and the London Spitfire, 2 of the top teams in the league. Pine is back in the fold for the XL, and London is reeling after their loss to the Outlaws. I'd say they're mad, though, and will look to pack a punch against the powerful XL.
I love this one.
Yeah.
Every time I see this game on the schedule, I get a little bit more excited. The XL are the best team in the league. I think we've figured that out by now. But London have a lot to prove, especially after losing to Houston. This may be a must-win game for London. Can't lose 2 in a row for the sake of drama. I'm not going to predict who wins this game.
Oh, come on.
Just for the sake of drama.
Come on, really? All right, then I'm not going to predict anything either.
Sounds good.
All right, enjoy those matches. That's it for us today on The Go. Be sure to check out our website, challengemedia.tv, for all your gaming news.
Also, check us out and follow us on Facebook and Twitter as well. We'll be here all week with your news and highlights. Thanks for watching Esports Go. We'll see you next time.